clearly the city's #1 cheerleader who combines smarts, high energy, and hard work to achieve success. But after 1 year of working together, I think what I value most about this guy is that no matter what the challenge or difficulty, whether it's rising seas or torn up roads, the cup is always at least half full and never empty. Every challenge is an opportunity. Every obstacle is capable of being surmounted. No matter how tough it gets, you never lose your sense of humor or your smile. And he knows that the way you build a great team is not by insult and intimidation, but by inspiration and motivation. In my humble opinion, that's what makes a great leader anywhere and what makes Philip particularly well suited to be the mayor of the magical city of Miami Beach. And so therefore, without any further ado, I present to you my new friend and our great community leader, the mayor of Miami Beach, the Honorable Philip Levine.
Give me a hug. You're awesome. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Jimmy. First of all, let's have a round of applause for Vivian, who sung that national anthem. That was pretty amazing, huh? She reminds us again how privileged we are to live in a country where from dawn's early light, we have the right to speak freely, live peacefully, and dream big. Thank you, Vivian. That was terrific. Thank you, Father Sosa and Rabbi Zweig, for your thoughtfulness and for reminding us what's most important in life is to live honorably, selflessly, and with purpose. I'd like to commend Vice Mayor Malikoff, my fellow Commissioner Wolfson, Commissioner Tobin, Commissioner Whitehorn, Commissioner Grieco, and Commissioner Steinberg for giving your all to serve this city and improve life here by always doing what's right. Thank you to you. A special thank you to our remarkable city manager for the kind introduction, Jimmy. Thank you. Jimmy, you are the epitome of a true public servant who, after graduating from Harvard College and Harvard Law, chose public service to others over personal riches. Jimmy, we are so very lucky to have you. Thank you very much. Special thanks to our amazing city attorney, Raul Aguila. Thank you, Raul. And our incredible city clerk, Rafael Granado, for everything you do for our amazing city. Thank you both so much. I'd like to offer a personal note of thanks to every employee in this city who cares enough to make Miami Beach the pride of Florida and the talk of America. Thank you so much, all of you. You know, you have no idea how much of a difference you're making every day in securing the future for everyone who lives here. Finally, I want to extend a personal note of thanks, actually more like 90,000 thanks, to the residents of Miami Beach. I'm here today because of you. Yo estoy aquí hoy por ustedes. I serve today because of you. Yo le sirvo a la comunidad hoy por ustedes. I believe in this city because of you. Yo creo en esta ciudad hoy por ustedes. Thank you. 18 months ago, during a campaign journey where I knocked on over 6,000 doors, I climbed the stairs of a 2-story apartment building in North Beach, where I came face to face with someone who confirmed what was holding us back. That day, I met a 16-year-old boy living with his mother and grandmother who told me how he and his friends used to love playing basketball in Crespi Park, near the corner of Hawthorne and 82nd Street. Only one problem. Of the 2 basketball rims there, one was broken for over a year. And despite repeated requests for help, the city did nothing to fix it. Now here's the worst part. This endearing young man assumed this is just the way it is. Almost like the city of Miami Beach had told him, wait in line, kid. Maybe we'll get to this. Maybe we won't. I met too many residents who felt the same way, that the city had turned its back on them. That upset me. And I determined right then and there, if given the chance, I would introduce a new attitude, a new rallying cry in City Hall. In 3 words, why not now? So now, thank you. So now, if a resident reports a basketball rim is broken, John Rebar and his incredible Parks and Recreation team are on the case. And by the way, not only have they been able to fix Crespi Park, the rims, the fields have been resodded, and we renovated nearby Stillwater Park as well. Because we have a new policy in this city. No excuses, no delays. Today when someone says fix the flooding on Alton Road in 2 years, we say do it in less than 1. As mayor, I believe in getting things done and not leaving for tomorrow what we can and should do today. In business, I learned early on the golden rule, to treat customers the way you yourself would like to be treated, with respect, understanding, and a commitment to deliver. Not next month, not next year, but now. Today, we have a AA+ credit rating, one of the best in history. Today, our customer-driven philosophy is transforming the city and the government. Today, I'm proud to report the state of our city is strong. Because we pulled together, because we decided the time is now. One of the greatest challenges facing our city and coastal cities around the world is the issue of rising sea levels brought about by climate change. Miami Beach is on the front lines of this battle as parts of our city still flood on sunny days. Anyone using climate change to score political points should be ashamed. This is serious stuff, and it's going to take serious people backed by verifiable science to chart a course we can follow. Miami Beach has decided to lead this effort by example. We formed the mayor's Blue Ribbon Panel on sea level rise and resiliency, chaired by longtime resident Scott Robbins, and 2 retired university professors, Dr. Dwight Cry and Dr. Michael Fang. This Blue Ribbon Panel, working with our Public Works Department, headed by the incredible Eric Carpenter, outside contractors, and the city's flooding committee, have recommended an aggressive plan of action. In the short term, to install approximately 60 pumps and one-way flex valves to impede the bay water from returning to our streets. We want the water returning to its natural place, the sea. During our annual king tide cycle last month, where sea levels reach peak elevation and historically certain Miami Beach streets are flooded, those same streets this year in the repaired areas were dry. Score 1 for Miami Beach. In the medium and long term, beyond additional water storage areas, we're looking at raising roads, sidewalks, and other infrastructure, and imposing regulations providing higher finished floor elevations. When it comes to rising sea levels, height is might. As your mayor, I want you to know that there's nothing I won't do, no place I won't go, no serious idea I won't consider to find and implement better solutions to this long-term threat. On a broader scale, to show we mean it when it comes to reducing our carbon footprint, Miami Beach is increasing investments in mass transit, better pedestrian and bicycle flow, and energy efficiency. We are building our first LEED certified building in Sunset Harbor, and the convention center is being designed to LEED Gold standards. In terms of more broadly protecting our environment, the City Commission, led by Commissioner Grieco, recently passed an ordinance prohibiting the use of styrofoam on our beaches and in other specific locations. Every day we're learning how best to deal with the global threat to our coastlines. And every day Miami Beach seeks to put those lessons into play because the time to do this is now. Few things nourish the human spirit and quality of life in America's cities like green space, parks, and recreation. So early on, we decided to make them a mainstay of the Miami Beach experience, to turn talk into action. 2 new parks have been announced within the last 12 months alone. The first, in what was an unused section of the Miami Beach golf course, referred to as the Par 3, is now going to be repurposed as a community park for everyone to enjoy. Second, on a much larger scale, we plan to convert the large surface parking lot west of the convention center into an incredible 5-point-acre park. It will be the largest new green space created in recent Miami Beach history. In addition to great lawn, walking paths, and gorgeous trees, this new park will include a Veterans Memorial honoring every branch of the armed services and Miami Beach's special contribution to our nation's military history. From the Army Air Corps who trained on our beaches to the soldiers returning from Afghanistan and Iraq. This memorial will honor what they've done and continue to do every day to keep us safe. We're also excited about the rebuilt South Point Pier. After 18 months of construction, the new South Point Pier is reopened on time and under budget for residents, visitors, and fishermen. And when it comes to recreation, we've hit the courts, tennis courts that is, with newly refurbished tennis facilities in both Flamingo and North Shore parks, and with new management to deliver the best service to our residents and visitors. Given Miami Beach's tennis history, we will do everything we can to support them. It is crucial Miami Beach maintain its position as a global tourism destination and center for creative collaboration. Yet for too long, our city neglected to renovate the convention center, sitting on some of Miami Beach's most valuable public land. Then the situation grew worse, as city residents were taken hostage to decisions that had more to do with others' interests than their own. Following years of analysis paralysis, the previous administration decided they knew best, moving forward with a colossal mega convention center that was insensitive to residents, oblivious to concerns of traffic congestion, and was financially suspect, transferring over 40 valuable public acres to a private third-party developer. Then they acted surprised when residents rose up to stop it. Our administration rejected their plan and immediately put a more reasonable plan on the table, a state-of-the-art convention center renovation, giving us full ownership and full control of this valuable property. We also decoupled the convention center from the planned hotel so a proper traffic study can be commissioned to ensure any additional development matches our infrastructure. Commissioner Wolfson has been a real leader on this issue and deserves our thanks. The building you are now sitting in will begin total renovation toward the end of next year after a design build firm has been selected. Thanks to city staff working closely with valuable partners including Art Basel and the county, our convention center will soon be one of the most outstanding, technologically advanced, environmentally friendly venues in America. Our city's commitment to spend significant resources to renovate the convention center required us to rethink the types of shows and conventions we want to attract. Ones primed to leave new thinking about commerce, design, and innovation. Ones that put more heads in beds than cars on the roads. Ones that make us proud, like Art Basel. I'm pleased to announce Maison & Object, an unparalleled leader in home furnishings and design, has selected Miami Beach as its annual home beginning this May. And others, like Watches and Wonders, an international symposium of luxury watch brands, are considering the Miami Beach Convention Center as their home as well. To ensure best practices and best results, we plan to hire a convention expert, either full-time or as a consultant. This will assist our city in rewriting current booking policies so we get the biggest bang for our invested buck. Thank you. I can tell you the international convention and conference industry is very energized and excited with this news. The issue of the hotel will be discussed by the Commission soon, but only after reviewing the results of the traffic impact studies. Contingent on those results, the Commission will make an informed recommendation to staff about potentially building a hotel adjacent to our convention center at no cost to city taxpayers. Thank you. Our own Maria Hernandez, working closely with the creative minds of Fentrest and Architectonica, will soon finish the design criteria stage. Then the design package will be delivered to the short list of design build teams to submit their best proposal for selection by the Commission next March. The construction phase will begin late next year. So far, we have met all the deadlines on this very ambitious schedule. From a new 80,000 square foot ballroom on the north end, parking relocated to the roof, and a hip new rooftop lounge, our convention center will attract some of the greatest shows in the world because we know it. The time to act is now on this. To me, there is nothing more important than protecting the lives and security of our citizens. I take this obligation seriously. I hope every mayor in America does as well. It's no secret, the Miami Beach Police Department has had its share of challenges and disappointments in recent years. So I promised the residents of Miami Beach that if elected, I would seek immediate authorization from the Commission to engage an independent firm to audit police department policies and practices. We needed to know what's working, what's not, and why. The audit revealed what many feared, a lack of leadership in the department, so we got moving to fix it. Shortly after I took office and at the Commission's direction, the city manager undertook a national search to find an experienced chief with ability and an enviable record. We found those qualities in Chief Dan Oates, who only 5 months into the job is already making a difference, and you can feel it. Thank you, Chief. We also hired Deputy Chief Loretta Hill, the highest ranking African American in Miami Beach Police Department history. They have already begun implementing body cameras to protect our officers, protect our residents, and protect our tourists. Commissioner Ed Tobin always believed that our police department has the potential to be the greatest in the country. So do I, Commissioner. Thank you. I also want to mention the tremendous efforts of new Fire Chief Virgil Fernandez, who brought a renewed commitment to professionalism and high morale to the fire department and ocean rescue, including a commitment to diversity as reflected in the promotion to division chief of the highest ranking woman in the department's history. Thank you, Chief Fernandez. The men in blue and red are making us proud and keeping us safe. Because when someone's in trouble in Miami Beach, they need to know we're there for them. One of the great novels of the 19th century by Charles Dickens was A Tale of Two Cities. During our campaign, that title was mentioned to me repeatedly when residents referred to the difference in attention given to the North Beach area of our city versus the South. I vowed at that time that if elected mayor, a major goal of my administration will be to focus on North Beach, to do everything in our power to make our city a seamless city. A city where we rise together, succeed together, and pull together. Regardless of our geography, creed, or gender, irrespective of wealth, influence, or politics. Following the election, we created a blue ribbon panel on North Beach revitalization, led by 3 activist residents, Ricky Ariola, Marguerite Ramos, and Daniel Valleja. Their mission? Engage the residents of North Beach. Hear their concerns and ideas. Then create a plan of action. Many ideas are in progress, but let me share a few that have already been accomplished or are close to completion. For years, the historic Normandy Fountain, a 90-year-old landmark in this community, was broken and non-functional. The city told residents the repair was too hard and too difficult to do. Today, thanks to our Public Works and Property Maintenance Department, we repaired the plumbing, restored the foundation, replaced damaged or missing tiles, and added lighting to this historic fountain and waterway. We preserved a piece of our history we should never, ever want to lose. We brought the 4th of July celebration back to North Beach with a full-day celebration of music, food, and then great fireworks at night. We hope to make it even bigger and better next year. After years of waiting and thanks to Unidad and others, we're proud to announce the Senior Center, located on the beach in 72nd Street, is about to open, flanked by a new outdoor domino park for our seniors to use, congregate, and enjoy. The homegrown entrepreneurial O Cinema will be opening tomorrow night at the old Byron Carlisle Theater. We anticipate that this hip, cool theater will be a catalyst in North Beach for independent and foreign film lovers, and will put North Beach back on the cultural map of the world. And for dog lovers who never understood why they and their best friends couldn't enjoy our beautiful beaches together, we opened the first permanent dog beach in Miami Beach history at 84th Street in the ocean. The reaction to this new park was so overwhelming on social media, you would have thought that we had just sent a dog to the moon. Thanks to Parks and Recreation and residents, it was voted best dog park in Miami-Dade County by Curd Miami readers. It was great. I gotta tell you, the only one more pleased about this than myself is, of course, my dog Earl. He's given this park his highest mark, 5 paws up. As part of our commitment to better, more accessible transportation, we launched the free North Beach Trolley. Soon we hope to connect that trolley service to others in Miami Beach to make the entire city more accessible and less dependent on cars. A new North Beach development getting a lot of buzz is being designed by world-famous architect Renzo Piano. The city will receive $10.5 million dedicated to restoring North Shore Open Space Park and other North Beach initiatives. The bottom line, we are determined to make Miami Beach strong from one end to the other. The popularity of Miami Beach as a small barrier island comes at a cost: increased traffic congestion. There is no silver bullet to relieve this, but Miami Beach will not use that as an excuse for inaction any longer. Consider Alton Road. It's very apparent FDOT's construction on Alton Road was creating many hardships for residents, tourists, and local businesses. No one was happy. Worse, the assumption was that the city would be unable to get Alton Road fixed on time and on budget. So we decided to do something not expected of governments these days, by fulfilling a promise. For immediate relief, we first instructed the city administration to investigate, then implement a free trolley service on Alton Road and West Avenue. Thanks to Assistant City Manager Kathy Brooks and Transportation Director Jose Gonzalez, we got it done in record time, 52 days. Ridership has been tremendous, over 30,000 riders per month on average, but we didn't stop there. To connect all of Miami Beach, we launched that free North Beach trolley, and a Mid-Beach trolley is already in the works. As for Alton Road, following our meeting with the Secretary of Transportation of Florida, the 4 lanes of Alton Road, originally scheduled to open at the end of next summer, will now open this December, 7 months ahead of schedule. I'm also actively working with Mayor Jimenez and Mayor Regalado to move forward with a transportation network that links Miami and Miami Beach via Baylink system or rapid bus transit program, buses that move efficiently and fast. We have already committed funds alongside the county and the city of Miami to make this dream, this necessity, a reality. In search of alternative forms of transportation, Miami Beach passed a non-binding resolution encouraging the county to allow digital dispatch providers, Uber, Lyft, and others to add to our consumer options. This creates competition, and for consumers, that only means better service and lower costs. To me, that's business 101. Customers first. The newly renovated convention center, attracting trade shows and conventions where participants fly in and stay at our hotels, means they'll be less inclined to drive. Another top priority moving forward will be to make Miami Beach one of America's most bicycle-friendly cities, including electric bicycles, which are growing in popularity in Europe, Israel, and elsewhere. Okay. Today, I'm announcing an initiative to create a continuous bike path from South Point to Fort Lauderdale, and I call upon my fellow coastal mayors to join me in this worthwhile initiative. Finally, Miami Beach is seeking to utilize its waterways as an additional form of transportation. To that end, we have publicly solicited proposals for a water taxi service. Reliable, affordable public transportation is a bedrock concern of any modern-day municipality. So we will continue to explore any and all sustainable, doable transportation alternatives that replace congestion with relief, because the time to act on this stuff is now. We all remember the days when Ocean Drive was lined with seniors living frugally on fixed incomes. Washington Avenue was rough and unmaintained. And Lincoln Road was a boarded-up thoroughfare of desolation where no one shopped or dared to stop. Today, we are faced with new challenges in these iconic locations. Through over-commercialization and lack of government oversight, these areas are overrun with tattoo parlors, nightclubs, overly aggressive restaurateurs shoving menus in your face, and retailers practicing high-pressure sales tactics towards pedestrians. This is unacceptable. To that end, I'm proud to announce 3 initiatives. Number 1, a Mayor's Blue Ribbon panel for Washington Avenue, chaired by former Commissioner Saul Gross, to create a master plan for this iconic street with targeted incentives to motivate property owners to build additional residences. This would help make this street both profit-producing and pedestrian-friendly. Number 2, the City Commission will be passing legislation to prohibit overly aggressive handbill solicitations in designated areas. No more hard sells, no more intimidation, no more crass behavior. And number 3, the City Commission has authorized administration to move forward with new designs for Ocean Drive. Beyond widening the western sidewalk, we will require all sidewalk cafe tables to be moved against the hotels and restaurants to alleviate the congested tunnel effect too many of us currently experience in one of the most famous streets in America. On the technological front, I'm pleased to report that Miami Beach, after years of ignoring innovation, is quickly moving from manual to overdrive. We recently announced 3 new smartphone apps to keep residents more informed, more connected than ever before. All 3 are quickly gaining in popularity and use. The Miami Beach eGov app allows residents to not only report issues and problems, but also allows them to leave an audio recording message for the mayor. I personally listen to every one of those messages, including the more colorful ones, because I want to know when something isn't working. I want it fixed. I received one just last night where the person said, "Mayor, you are doing the most outstanding job ever, and you look amazing on TV." Unfortunately, I discovered later that this recorded message was from one of my most important and influential constituents, my mother. This new app also allows for real-time trolley tracking and access to timely and pertinent city information. As everybody knows, parking in Miami Beach can be pretty challenging at times. Our new parking app allows drivers to pay for parking through their smartphones. If you're at a great dinner at one of our fine Miami Beach restaurants or shopping on one of our more popular streets, this app not only notifies you, but allows you the convenience of buying more time without skipping a purchase. And of course, residency has its privileges. So this app provides a parking discount to our residents. We even have a new app that informs a driver about the location of available parking spaces to make parking just a little bit easier. Technology can and should make life easier for our residents and our visitors while creating efficiencies that benefit everyone. One of the most important responsibilities of any government, and a top priority of mine, is to be prepared for the unexpected, from the threat of a Category 5 hurricane to the unlikely scenario of an infectious disease outbreak. The city recently created an emergency management department under the leadership of Charles Tier to swiftly and effectively deal with situations that threaten all of us. Last month, we had a young tourist who fell ill and was admitted to Mount Sinai. He was quickly transferred to Jackson Memorial for appropriate medical treatment, fearing he may have been vulnerable to the Ebola disease. I am proud to say that our emergency operations team, including fire and police, handled this situation professionally, respectfully, and quickly. A special thanks goes out to Fire Chief Virgil Fernandez for his cool head and perspective. Like every city, we want to assure everyone that the public's health is of the utmost importance. As part of our commitment to Mount Sinai to build an expanded state-of-the-art emergency room, the city will also receive an additional emergency operations center and a newly constructed Category 5 hurricane-resistant facility at Mount Sinai. Based on evolving world events, it's crucial for a high-profile city like Miami Beach to have the capability to prevent emergencies when possible and effectively deal with them when not. I won't rest until that happens. We have to get it done now. The time to act is now on this. Miami Beach is a story of a city that has been able to successfully reinvent itself, not only by creating what's new, but also by preserving what's historic. Our Art Deco historic district was one of the key drivers that ushered in the modern-day residents of Miami Beach, becoming part of our history and a critical part of our future. North Beach is a home to a treasure of iconic MIMO architecture, originating from the 1950s and 1960s. We plan to professionally study this area and move forward with responsible historic designation that balances preservation with economic prosperity. So when anyone tries to bulldoze away our past, remind them, the key to knowing where you're going is remembering where you've been. I've always believed that learning and knowledge are the pillars of any civilization, much less any city. And although education is not under the direct control or purview of the city of Miami Beach, that won't stop me from working with Commissioner Tobin and Commissioner Steinberg and others to ensure our public schools are the best they possibly can be. One example of our efforts this year was the creation of a joint Parks Department school staff after-school program at Nautilus Middle School. Teens can take advantage of the city's recreational and athletic programs while also receiving tutoring and homework assistance from school personnel. The program has been a hit, with enrollment more than doubling from the previous teen programs in the city would run off campus. We want to make Nautilus the best public middle school in the state. I want to commend the school board, led by Superintendent Alberto Cavallo, for believing the same. They've been responsive to our concerns and continue to make Miami Beach a priority. I also want to congratulate the parents and children at South Point Elementary, who recently came in second place in a national competition sponsored by Stanley Security Systems. The school was awarded a $100,000 grant to be used to enhance the school's security. We are so very proud of them. I've learned in life to lead from the front, not from the back. That philosophy has served me well as I've had the opportunity to experience firsthand the city of Miami Beach's outstanding staff. Walking from 1st Street to 87th Street on our gorgeous sandy beach, I met each and every lifeguard who secures our beaches and protects the lives of our residents and visitors. I would put our ocean rescue team up against anyone's. I work with sanitation cleaning up Lincoln Road at sunrise, seeing their dedication under Al Zamora to keep our city clean. I rode alongside Miami Beach Police Sergeant Christy Tanner and witnessed the commitment and bravery it takes to keep our city safe and replace fear with freedom. Cruising on the bay and ocean with Marine Patrol Officer Marrero and Officer Cantone, I learned the challenges of properly policing are large waterways with limited resources. They deserve our unwavering support. Spending time with Code Enforcement Officer Robert Lee under the supervision of Director Hernan Cardeno, I now understand the challenges our diligent code enforcement officers encounter and how important it is for them to succeed. Because making everyone follow the rules is no easy job. One of the most eye-opening experiences of my first year in office was reporting to duty at midnight with Officer Julio Blanco and with the members of our homeless outreach team, Bo and JT. Thank you. Thank you, Maria Ruiz, for your wonderful leadership of this very important department. Homelessness is an epidemic and creates many issues for our residents and tourists. Yet I can tell you, it is more horrific for the homeless individuals themselves. We will work closer with the Homeless Trust, the county, and Commissioner Dee Dee Whitehorn to figure out progressive and humane ways to solve this problem. Miami Beach has an incredible team of dedicated professionals who work every day to make ours an example of a city that works. We could never, ever thank them enough. All great cities face great challenges, and the city of Miami Beach is no different. But I learned a long time ago in creating a business with an idea and $500 in my pocket. Great challenges create great opportunities. Along those lines, for Miami Beach to remain a world-class city, it needs a world-class university. To that end, we have been in conversations with certain international universities to encourage them to locate a major campus in Miami Beach, specifically in North Beach. An internationally branded university would create jobs to boost our economy and classrooms to boost our minds. This would include continuing education for our seniors. Historically, universities create an environment for startup companies that drive a community's prosperity. We are fortunate enough to have some very exciting, innovative startup companies, such as Rocker Labs, leading the way in South Florida's high-tech boom. Our city is also the perfect location for financial firms, including private equity and hedge funds. I plan to personally spearhead a major outreach program throughout the country to educate principals of these firms to consider moving their headquarters or significant operations here. They will discover that the greatest asset of Miami Beach are its people. From young professionals and young families with school-age children to affluent part-time residents and full-time seniors. Our diversity is our strength, a living tapestry of the promise of America today. That's why it's of paramount importance that we maintain a housing stock that allows everyone the opportunity to live here, raise a family here, and succeed here. One of my greatest enjoyments as mayor is when I have the opportunity to visit our parents and grandparents in the senior centers. They are responsible for keeping Miami Beach grounded in moral goodness, and we owe it to them to provide adequate and affordable housing. I pledge to you today we will locate appropriate land to build additional senior housing to ensure the greatest generation is honored by the city they love. Nuestra ciudad necesita más viviendas para personas mayores. This year, along with Vice Mayor Malikoff and Commissioner Wolfson, we established a city-owned charitable foundation, One Miami Beach, whose sole purpose is to identify and fund local community causes. Because whether you're white, black, Hispanic, LGBT, old, young, or disabled, Miami Beach is and will remain one community. To date, One Miami Beach has raised funds for Nautilus Middle School to purchase $70,000 in computers, so their middle schoolers have modern-day connectivity to keep them learning and competitive. For seniors to fully subsidize exercise classes that keeps them fit and healthy. Most recently, One Miami Beach donated $10,000 to the beach and other necessities. Why? Because no senior should sleep at night without a proper mattress. No public school child should be denied access to the future, and no student athlete should be denied the ability to compete. Our community, Our community is made up of generous, socially conscious residents willing to step up to the plate. My goal is to make One Miami Beach a community foundation financially sound enough to offer assistance for generations to come. As you know, we are a city that respects everyone, regardless of race, religion, creed, or sexual orientation. So I'm proud to announce that after receiving a perfect 100 rating last year from the Human Rights Campaign Municipal Equality Index, which is the nation's largest LGBT civil rights organization, we just received word that our city score this year soared to 118, the highest score in the country. Because around here, we believe individual liberty is not the preserve of the few, but the right of everyone. Next year, on March 26, our city will be celebrating its centennial birthday. 100 years of history, accomplishment, and renown. There'll be many exciting events leading up to this day as we honor everything from arts and fashion to architecture, style, and design. Then on the night of March 26, we will hold an epic free concert on the beach that will not only celebrate our first 100 years, but will also look to the future by bringing greater awareness to rising sea levels and climate change. The response we've already received from some of the world's greatest recording artists who have agreed to participate has been overwhelming, showing their love of Miami Beach and their personal commitment to the environmental challenges we all face. Miami Beach is a city that has always dreamed big and come through big. From Carl Fisher, who envisioned Miami Beach as a world-class resort community, and John Collins, who built the Collins Bridge between our city and the city of Miami, to modern-day visionaries like the great Tony Goldman, who walked on Ocean Drive and dared to dream of a new Miami Beach. From the Army Air Corps, training on our beaches for the invasion of Europe in World War II, to playing to American optimism, immortalized by the words of the Jackie Gleason Show, live from Miami Beach. This city, our city, has dared to be great because we are a city where people come to visit and exchange ideas in one of the most idyllic settings on earth. Because we are a place to which so many come to nourish their minds and inspire their imagination. And because we are a people who celebrate our diversity and pull together when the common good is on the line. I ran for mayor to make this city work again for its residents and its businesses. And I will do whatever I can to make that a reality. You and I have come a long way doing that just in year one. And we want the world to know we're just warming up. Join with me. The time for acting, getting it done, is now. Thank you.